Hi, we're on Chapter 1, Lesson 6, Equivalent Ratios. If you thought the other lesson was easy, this one is too. We're talking about equal fractions, or what I call a line equal line. We know that 1/2 is equal to 2/4. Those are fractions. The difference is that we are talking about something and we need labels. So I expect to see labels on everyone's paper. That's where you choose a letter. Let's look at the real world link. Okay, Andrea spends $2 to make 10 prints for a photo booth. Later she spends $6 to make 30 prints. So we've now put that in a table. But we want to express that in equivalent ratios. So in this case, they do a lot more writing. I prefer to do a line equal line. And we're talking about money, which I will always put on top, and prints on bottom. So let's see if these equal each other. We have a cost of $6 for 30 prints and $2 for 10 prints. Can I go even lower? If I divide by 2, I have $1 for 5 prints. So again, I'm really not happy with the way they wrote that. I always prefer to put money on top. Compare the relationship between the numerator of each in exercise 1. So what we've noticed, again, money is a unit price when we get down to 1. So at this point, I have a unit price. What is the unit rate? And they're going to use the word rate, but I like using the word price because money is involved for 10. So let's look up here. That would be $2. What is the unit rate for 30? That would be $6. And are they equivalent? They're fractions. Always remember to check. Little big, little big, little big. This will keep you from making silly mistakes. The answer to this is yes. Turn the page. Using unit rates. There are different ways to determine if two ratios or rates are equivalent. One way is to look at the unit rates. By comparing the quantities as unit rates, in simplest form, we can determine if they're the same. So, in this case, again, not really happy with the fact that they put money on bottom, so I'm going to put it on top. We have money and we have prints. We have $2, 10 prints, which means we have $1 for 5 prints. And then we'll come to this side and we're comparing $6 for 30 prints. Put my P. And does that simplify? We have 1/5, 1/5. Notice that they are equivalent. Alright, let's look at example number 1. In example number 1, we're going to determine whether they're equivalent. So we have miles per hour. Miles per hour. Miles and hours. Let's see, is that a ratio or a rate? Well, miles is distance and hours is time. Those are two different units. Therefore, this is a rate. More importantly, when I say miles per hour, I know that this is a unit rate. So we're now going to compare 20 miles, 5 hours, and 45 miles in 9 hours. So we know that 20 and 5 have a relationship. We're going to divide by 5. 20 divided by 5 is 4, and that gets us to our unit rate, or 4 miles an hour. 45 miles, 9 hours, we're going to divide by 9. And again, we end up with 5 miles in 1 hour. The question was, are they equivalent? In this case, the answer is no, because the unit rates are different. Now we're talking about t-shirts. Oh, everybody look, they put money on top. Yay! Money always goes on top, and then the item goes on bottom. Money on top. Remember that. Okay, so we have $21 for 3 t-shirts. If we divide by 3, we get $7 a t-shirt. And then we have $35 for 5 t-shirts. If we divide by 5, we get $7 for 1 t-shirt. Hey, look, they match. In this case, yes, they are equivalent. Get it, got it, go. Come back when you're done. Pause the video, come back when you're done, and see if you get what I got. See you. Did you get what I got? For number A, we have unit rates of 12 to 1 and 10 to 1. The answer to that is definitely no. For the flowers and vases, they simplified as 6 flowers, 1 vase in both cases, so the answer is yes. Notice that when we do these, you need 2 line-equal lines. Again, it's important to remember when you're making a comparison, you have to do 2 of these. Turn the page. In example number 3, Felicia reads the first 60 pages of a book in 3 days. She reads the last 90 pages in 6 days. Are these equivalent? And again, I like keeping mine much more clean. So I will keep it simple by going a P and a D, pages a day, 60 and 3. 3 goes into 60 20 times, so I know she's doing 20 pages a day in that case. And then I come over here. Again, my second line is equal line, because if you're doing a comparison, remember there will always be 2 equivalent fractions each. So, in this case, we have 90 pages in 6 days. 60 goes into 9, 15 in 1 day. In this case, they are not. The answer is no. Get it, got it, go. See you soon. Pause the video. See you soon. Alright, in the case of the bracelet, Marcia makes 2 bracelets per friend, and Jen makes 3 bracelets per friend. So the answer to that is definitely no. And then with the clubs raising money to wash cars, we have $4 per car for Club A, and and $4 again for Club B. In that case, the answer is yes. Didn't I tell you that these are easy? Let's go to the next problem. All right, using equivalent fractions. If a unit rate is not easily found, just make equivalent fractions to determine whether they're equivalent. So let's look at this example. Determine if the pair of ratios or rates is equivalent. We have 3 free throws made in 7 attempts and 9 free throws in 14. So again, we need to check to see if these are equivalent. So I've got free throws and I've got attempts. And this is my question. I don't know if they're the same, so I need to look at them. So, when we look at these, to go from 3 to 9, we multiply by 2. To go from 7 to 14, I am so sorry. Let's say that again. Wasn't that silly of Miss Morris? To go from 3 to 9, we multiply by 3. To go from 7 to 14, we multiply by 2. Are these the same? The answer to that is no, they are not equivalent. Not equal. The symbol for not equal is the equal sign with a diagonal line drawn through it. All right, let's keep going. Doing great. Hopefully you've turned the page. Selena is comparing the cost of 2 packages of DVDs. A package of 6 DVDs costs $90 and a package of 3 costs $45. Oh my goodness, they did it again. We're not going to look at theirs. Everybody cross it out. We're going to put money on top and DVDs on bottom. So 90 for 6 and $45 for 3. So now let's look at the relationship. 90 divided by 2 is 45. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So in this case, the answer is yes. They are equivalent. Let's do the got it. Come back when you're done. Pause the video. So when I did this problem, I saw that in my relationship on the top, or numerator, I divided by 3, but the denominator I divided by 2. That means they are not equivalent. The answer to this is no. Please do the guided practice. When you're done, come back and check your answers. See you soon. Welcome back. In problem number 1, when we get into unit rates, we see that they are not equivalent. In number 2, when we get them to unit rates, we see that we reduce to 90 over 1 in both cases, so the answer is yes. In number 3, we notice that Mikhail can do it 15 in 1 minute, while Eduardo does 16 in 1 minute, so again the answer is no. And then when we talk about human breaths per second, the relationship to go to one to the other in the numerator is divided by 2, and the denominator is divided by 4. The answer is emphatically no. Remember to always put your labels. So, how can we determine? Either look at the unit rates or look at the relationships. If they're equal, then the answer is yes. If they're not, the answer is no. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. See you soon. Bye.